Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome to the last Battle Royale of the Trial by Fire pre-tournament event of the 6-digit World Cup. With you here, you have once again me, Foxy, Jan, Dave, Seville, whatever you know me as. And we will be having another commentator, Rosie Kira, joining us in a couple of minutes whenever they're available as well. But for now, you're just stuck with me and my beautiful voice. This is the final lobby of the event, and we have a lot of really good players. These are the top 4 of each lobby. So you have the top 4 of the Asia Pacific lobby, which I believe to be Hyushin, Fnugu, Zavi, and Yaboy Grubs. Then we have from the European lobby, which is Philoxenia, Aaron, XZZ, Absolute Dark, and Satori Depon, also known as Liguskis. From the South American lobby, we have Jotampa, Tegato, Dot Sepia, and Mr. Panda. And from the North American lobby, we have Sisyphus, Herald, Play Nice, and as Kaidori was not able to make the finals lobby, we have Redacted joining us as he was 5th in the North American lobby. It's going to be a very interesting match here today. There's a lot of really good players here and a lot of players that I think can take the gold. While I do believe that there are a few players that are going to get a little further. I know that people like Herald, Philoxenia, Redacted, and Aaron, they're really good, especially at these higher SR, so I can see them making it far. Especially Herald, because, I mean, we saw yesterday how much he was destroying on this map pool and how confident he was, and the only reason he lost is because I believe he had another match that he wanted to get to, which personally gotta respect it. So I believe we will be starting shortly. Not sure what map we have. I don't believe it has been rolled yet. So now we are just waiting for our first map here. As I'm not 100% sure what's currently being waited for. I believe we can begin at any moment. And this is not a pick in the map pool, this is a 2.6 star. I believe we have the DT4 being picked? Hard Rock 4, never mind. We saw this yesterday in the North American lobby as well. It's a very kind of weird map. It's Snapulty, it's fast aim. It's kind of on the border of Snapult and just high BPM aim. It's somewhere in the middle. It's kind of old mapping. I believe this is mapped like kind of a 2014, 2013 map. And it's a very interesting map, obviously. There are a few players that I think are going to do really good on this. We saw scores from a couple of people, and we will probably be seeing a lot of scores from some of these others. I don't know if this has been played in every lobby. I will check that very shortly in the festival results channel, as I know that it was picked in the North American lobby. I don't believe it was played in the South American lobby. And looking at the lobbies, Europe played it, and APAC did not play it. So it's been played twice. Half of these players have not seen this map in a Battle Royale yet, as we will be getting into it shortly. Sisyphus making sure that their Clash of Clans is turned off this time, unlike yesterday's lobby. As we will be getting into it here with the first pick. A lot of good luck, have funs coming out now as the map slowly begins. I hope. Why is it not starting? There we go. And never mind. Thank you, client. One person loaded in. Let's go. Starting off strong, Bancho. Alright, there we go. We finally load in. Everyone's kind of catching up as we have the best players of each region. We see 2 breaks on Tegato and Fnugus already. Hello, Kira. Welcome.
Okay, hello. Sorry
We're
for
already...
the delay.
This is the first map. You didn't miss much. Just me yapping about the intro and how much Herald threw yesterday's lobby.
Awesome.
But as we are starting, Fnuga's currently on what I believe is one of the lower scores. Your boy Grub's on the lowest score. Keeping up with 16 clients is not easy, God help me.
It is pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, it will get cleared up soon, hopefully. As we're seeing a lot of players missing, not many people comfortable on the map. As I believe your boy Grub's Hyushin are the lowest scores currently. Look like it, I do not see anyone lower.
I'm not pretty sure right now.
Yeah, it's currently looking kind of like it's just Hyushin that's going to get knocked out, not looking the most comfortable. We are seeing some really good scores. We are seeing Absolute Dark currently FCing. And I believe that's the only FC we see. Satori Liguski's also having a really good combo on this one. As we're nearing the end of the map here, we will be seeing the end. And I believe it is Hyushin who's going to get knocked out.
It seems like, yeah.
Quite unfortunate, just getting hit with the unlucky Hard Rock 4 right off the bat.
We have to admit, Hard Rock is still the best mod in this game, so I'm not being biased, no.
Surely. Also, we do not see an FC on Absolute Dark. Unfortunately, I do believe he found a slider break. Or just a very low ag FC. I'm actually not sure if that is an FC.
But it hurts to see that.
Either way, it's still a really good score, and he is going to get to pick the next map. Picking Nomad 7, which is the AR0 Circle Size 0 map, which we saw yesterday in the North American lobby, and people were struggling.
Oh god. Low AR.
I feel like
everyone.
Yeah, I feel like AR0 is about the lowest you can possibly go in this game. And as you're seeing the reactions in chat, I don't believe players are happy about this one either. Why is it showing CS5 and AR5? It's not, it's zeros.
Maybe Hard Rock still in? I'm not sure. No.
No, I think it's client just being weird and not accepting AR0, which, fair enough, honestly.
Understandable, I wouldn't accept it either, so...
I'm not using my Instaface skin again. Sisyphus, just like yesterday, having crash outs before each map. Love to see it.
Oh god.
Good luck, have fun's coming out, I believe, as we'll be getting into the map. But this is kind of... I'm gonna be completely honest, this does feel like a map that's just up to luck. There's not much skill in AR0 when no one in the lobby can play it. I can see
Unless
maybe like...
practice it? Who knows?
Judging based on scores yesterday, I don't think anyone practiced. Because I think the highest was 60k from Herald, who also can play 7-star 200 BPM dev streams, so... You know, kind of a skill gap.
I can't see now what's going on.
Bancho, please be nice. It's not being nice.
It hurts to see. I do not want...
I'm gonna be honest, with 16 clients, I do not even know what's going on. It's so hard to see anything.
Especially if Banjo just being... Banjo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are seeing that Herald is currently FCing, and Fnugus as well, with Zavi on Absolute on the FCs as well, the only FCs left, as everyone else is slightly struggling on the AR0, as I believe last place is a 3-way tie almost.
I mean, it's... Easy players have a pretty good map right now, I think, maybe?
Herald is not an easy... I don't think this is an easy player map.
But he does look like an easy player, totally.
Yeah, I mean, he is very much the opposite and still doing good. I feel like it's just a skill cap moment, as everyone else is currently getting skill capped on the AR. Herald, Fnugus,
Still
Zappy,
FC?
and Absolute. Yeah, Herald is still FCing, yes. I do not know how. FCing this map is bonkers.
My
I
head
was
is
not.
just rolling around. I cannot even read a single bit. Oh no, he lost his FC.
Herald does misread, but he is basically guaranteeing himself that he'll get to pick the next map, and the lowest score is, I believe, Chotampa? I think. I'm not 100% sure. It is Tagato instead with 21k. Is that going to be our first South American eliminated from the Battle Royale? So I will just say I find it very funny that the difference between first and fourth is 500k. And it's just very funny. 300k between first and second, which, yeah, that is an AR0 map difference if I've ever seen one. And Hidden One gets picked.
My apologies.
We're seeing all of the hidden maps, all of the low ER gimmick player maps. Now, I do know that Herald picked this yesterday as well to kind of eliminate Redacted before he managed to confirm a Getster. But I have no...
Yeah, Hard Rock too.
Hard Rock choose Pain, it's tapping ult.
Nah, it's okay.
People suffered on this.
If the circle size is low, it should be good.
It's 6.5. It's normal precision tapping.
That is awesome.
As we're now moving on to what is one of the more boring maps. This is kind of just geometrical, kind of awkwardy aim. Nothing too much happens in this. I know that there's one stream at the end that's absolutely demonic to hit, but other than that, this map's pretty much consistent all the way through. As we move into the map now, Hidden One. Mr. Panda is on the wrong background. I think Client is not being nice currently.
The client just wants to be a bit...
Nope, he's playing Hidden One, just the wrong background for God knows what reason.
Banter wants him to stand out.
That
Because
is very true.
we will see an FC from him, trust.
I am trusting. He was playing very well yesterday, to be fair. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a good score. But as we're watching, everyone's kind of holding their combos. We see a couple breaks. And never mind, we only have, I believe, 3 FCs from Herald, Fnugus, and Aaron currently. And Absolute, and Panda, apparently. Okay.
No!
One more FC. And I apologize. That is my bad.
It totally is.
Herald does find a break, as now Absolute the only FC. Sepia on almost 200 combo as well. Never mind. I will just shut up. I will just shut up. I'm cursing them too much.
No, you're not. Totally not. Where's the low score so far?
The lowest score, I believe, is your boy Grubs, if I'm not wrong.
No.
Redacted. Redacted is the lowest score. Not by too much, though. He is kind of catching up to Grubs here by having a little more combo and holding a little bit of a better accuracy.
Oh! Ooh. They're really fighting for them.
They're fighting for who gets to move on. Redacted got knocked out on this yesterday. It's a lot here for him to get his pride back on this one.
But the Grubs is 10k. difference. No, never mind. 6k difference so far.
They're missing so much that the difference can change at any moment. But currently, Redacted slightly in the lead on the same combo and a little bit of better accuracy. They do both find misses, as everyone else is just blazing past them, getting to higher and higher scores. The only person who's close to them is Fnugas, who is now at the threat of elimination, as Redacted and Grubs have caught up to him as well.
I feel like this map is not full area friendly.
It is not, no.
It totally is, no. So I'm sorry for every full area player.
I will say, we've kind of like not mentioned it, but I believe Absolute is still FCing. And I think Aaron and Philoxenia are on really good combos as well. As everyone else is kind of just in the 200Ks, but those three are absolutely popping off, which is kind of what you expect from these players. Aaron does find a break, but Philoxenia Absolute hold their combos, as Absolute still in the FC, Philoxenia making up for the early break.
I think it's really Grub's end.
It does appear like it will be Grubs. There's still a little bit of map left, and they are close enough with Redacted for something to change. But if Redacted holds... Yeah, with Grubs missing again and Redacted having a little bit of a combo, it does appear like Grubs will be the one getting knocked out. They both hit the stream, and there's nothing left in this map. There is a chance here for Grubs to bring this back, but there's very little time. He needs Redacted to miss a little more, which will not happen.
It's over, yeah.
And honestly, I am kind of happy he got knocked out. He is Australian. I believe it's 2 in the morning on a Monday for him.
No.
So, hey man, get your sleep in.
Please do.
Also, yes, that is an FC from Absolute. That is a bonkers crazy score.
That is an insane score.
Even if this is one of the easier maps, that is still a 5.9 6-star hidden one that we just saw an FC on. Which, quite impressive, as he gets his next pick now. Wait, there was an Among Us that was drawn? What?
Wait, what?
Apparently Sepia drawn Among Us. I did not see an Among Us.
16 clients. Okay, not 16 anymore, but you get the point. Yeah, totally.
No Matsu
Good idea.
gets picked. I don't think this was played yesterday. I don't remember seeing this at all. Not in the... Yeah,
Nomad was an amazing song. I love the song. I only know
Well,
the
it
jump map
absolutely
of this
is.
song.
There are like 3 different styles of maps of this that you can realistically have.
Yeah, I just have 2 jump maps, so...
Yeah, this did get played, looking at the results. This did get played in the APAC and EU lobbies, apparently. But not in the North American or South American ones. Yeah. With 2 APAC players now being knocked out as well, though.
I just love how the Beautifus is crashing out.
Of course he is. Because this is flowy stamina. This isn't really like super heavy on the stamina. This is more so on the flow. And the flow on this is insane in some sections. So while I do believe that certain players such as Satori or Herald or Absolute are gonna have a really fun time on this, I also know that the AIM players are going to completely suffer.
What is a BPM? 182.7.
Yes.
Why the 0.7?
Why not?
Just no.
They just like to be precise with their BPM. I can respect it.
Yeah.
Why is Herald playing Hidden One?
What?
What is Klein doing?
Klein is being a bit
There we go.
silly.
Silly Billy.
Yeah.
As we'll be moving on, a little bit of a calmer Amy section here at the start. There's not really anything bursty here. We do see Panda finding a break, but that is not going to matter in the grand scheme of things as we get straight into the
Oh my
streams
God.
here. Herald SS. Sure. Okay, he gets 100s on the jump,
Yeah.
not on the streams. Sure, man. As we're seeing,
Totally.
everyone else is starting to kind of struggle. We see the lowest score between Aaron and Redacted, I believe, and Sisyphus. All three of them on
No.
the lowest
Yeah.
scores. And oh, Sepia as well. Wait, I did not notice.
Yeah.
Sepia is
Sepia
far
is-
behind.
Yeah.
As Herald is FCing with 99.1%. Okay. We're moving into the build-up, the bursty section. There's not really stamina here. Philoxenia does find a break, but they are in a safe spot. As Sepia is making up the difference between Redacted and Nugas, but it is not going to be enough. Sepia does find a break. Redacted on a little bit of combo finds breaks as well. They're basically neck and neck, 10,000 score difference with a third of the map left. As Herald is still FCing with 99.
Everything is still possible.
Yeah, everything's still possible. There is a lot of breaks going on. We are seeing Satori, Herald, and Zavi, and Absolute all holding really good combos. Absolute finds a break, but Zavi, Herald on the FCs. Despite not having the accuracy, Zavi is up there, as I believe Sepia is still the lowest score with a very little of the map left. There's not much here at the ending. And that is a 99.28% FC from Herald. Okay, man, sure. With Sepia, unfortunately, being the one that is going to get eliminated. Unfortunately, Sepia will be getting eliminated. All of the European and North American players still holding their ground. South America and APAC region both losing players due to unfortunate picks, but they do still have some really good players in. Obviously, Zavi is a top contender for winning this lobby, as we've been seeing so far. And Jotamba has been really good overall as well. So a lot of things can still happen, and I do hope that we'll be seeing a very close match and that we'll see a lot of the different regions in the ending. As we're now waiting for Herald to make yet another pick. He can pick Nomad, he can pick anything that's on the board. I would expect him to pick something that he's not really comfortable on, just to get that stuff out of the way now instead of later. Something like, for example, No Mods 3, which I know Herald's not the most comfortable on because of the ult, but the other picks are still good. He can pick kind of just anything. I think Hidden 2 might be a good pick as well, because he picked that first pick yesterday, and it worked out very nicely for him. He got first on it, so it could work out the same here. Let's see, he is taking his time, and he picks DT2. The map he got knocked out on yesterday now. I will say I do feel as if he got knocked out on purpose, as he did mention he had another match as well. But that is we do not know, unfortunately. As now we'll be seeing DT2, which is kind of just raw speed, tiny bits of finger control, but not too much throughout it. A map that's very uncomfortable for a lot of players. So we're sitting here waiting for them to begin, very slowly getting ready to up.
So far, I haven't seen a Sisyphus crash out. Is he okay? Okay, this is really untypical for him not to crash out. I'm really surprised.
Sisyphus not crashing out on a speed map? Wow.
The question, are you okay, is so valid at this point.
Alright, hold on, my Discord's being bugged. Hold on, give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay, there he's back.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, my Discord was bugging out and not muting me because of push to talk. Gotta love it. It's doing it again. God fucking damn it. Alright, there we go.
Okay, 500 gap. Oh no. That explains the non-crash out.
That is quite unfortunate. Is this gonna be Sisyphus just getting knocked out by Principal? And we just play the map anyway? Or...
I'm not sure.
I mean, I think we have to play the map anyway, but I feel like Sisyphus might be getting knocked out by Principal.
That is pretty sad.
Yeah, that's very sad. Sisyphus had a chance to get further as well. I have a lot of beliefs in him. But it is what it is, unfortunately, as I believe this is just the no one gets eliminated on this one.
It seems like.
Alright, hold on. Let me ask the organizers real quick what we do in this situation. I believe we just played the map and no one gets knocked out. I believe that's how this situation's going to get handled, but I will ask just to be sure. I am talking with the organizers. It seems like it's just eliminate Sisyphus and no one gets eliminated on the map. Okay, yeah, so it's going to get played anyway. No one gets eliminated on this one. It's going to be Sisyphus by default. Unless they manage to join back like right now, but I don't believe that is going to happen.
That is.
And so, yeah, go on.
Hmm?
Go on.
I already said what I wanted to say.
Oh.
It's okay.
It is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is, and we'll be seeing a DT2 where no one gets eliminated. I feel like we might be seeing a couple people AFK. Like a little bit of confusion going on in the back end, but I believe we'll be starting very shortly. Now I am interested, because Harold yesterday got around 90k on this, if I am not wrong. And he picked it now, and I am just deeply curious if he FCs this time, because I know he can FC. We will see, as I believe we'll be starting very, very shortly. Okay, we are starting now with the DT2. No one gets eliminated on this one. Everyone's going to get a pass through. As Sisyphus had to leave, unfortunately. That is what we're going with, and this is just to determine who's going to pick the next map, which I believe there's a couple of options. You have Satori, Depona, and Herald, who are really good at speed. Play Nice got a good score yesterday. Redacted's not bad at speed either. So a lot of really good players. This is a chance for Zavi to get knocked out, as they aren't I mean, it would have been if Sisyphus stayed, but speed is one of their weaknesses, and it would have been something really good against them, but it is what it is. As Client has, I believe, broken. Or they've not started, I'm not sure. They did in fact start. The client broke. Give us 1 second. Oh, someone's internet crashed. Okay. Yeah, it's not client. This one is on one of the players having their internet just die on itself, unfortunately. It is an abort angle, I believe. Flower dance banger. Alright, let's see. Will they manage to start this time? I hope they will. Where is Redacted? Did Redacted's internet crash? Oh my. Redacted left. That's great. Oh my, this lobby's going great so far. Is that a double knockout? Does whoever wins this... Oh, never mind. Redacted's back. Redacted has returned. We are so Barack. Hello, Mirage. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hopefully... Actually, did they finish the map already? No, I think it was the players.
They haven't started. We've not
Okay.
started the DT2 yet.
Well, hopefully we get this result soon.
Yeah, Sisyphus is eliminated on this one. They're the player who left right before this because of a parent gap, I believe.
I see, okay.
Which, quite unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, unfortunately, but yeah. We're finally getting into the DT2 map. Again, just a reminder for all of our audience, no one will be eliminated here. It will just be a check on who gets the highest score.
Yeah, which, I mean, we all believe it'll be someone like Herald, Aaron, Play Nice, Zavi, who are all pretty decent on these types of maps. Zavi kind of weaker on the speed, but still good. Philoxenia also holding a nice combo so far. Did miss in the beginning. Herald finds a break too, and Zavi as well, breaking their combos, breaking their FCs.
Yeah, scores all around are actually relatively close so far. It could still be anyone's game, at least when it comes to a highest score.
Yeah, Aaron does find a break. Herald is still very much, despite breaking, still has a lot of potential thanks to his accuracy being way higher than anyone else in the lobby. Play Nice on an FC though, which is a really good score so far, and Redacted as well, if I'm not wrong.
How are people FCing this? I guess we should have erased the SR.
Don't worry, you've got Hidden 2 in this pool, which is gonna be fun if that gets big.
That's true, that's true.
Oh, Redacted did unfortunately find a break from the looks of it, but Play Nice still FCing, getting already past his score from yesterday.
That is insane. And the score is still climbing. However, it's not... They're not out of the woods yet. Philoxenia is pretty close. with a full combo of their own. The only difference is the accuracy right now.
Wait a minute, Philoxenia broke. Did both Play Nice and Philoxenia break in the, at the start? Is that what happened?
Did they? I thought it
Because
was
I
an
know
FC.
Oh, it might have been a Bancho break in that case, because I swear I saw Philoxenia break.
I can barely make out the letter because it's so small, but I think that's an A rank for both of them. So they maybe slider broke at most.
Yeah,
At
I believe
most.
that's it. Yeah. Or just accuracy, because I think they're both at 88 and 91, which is A rank accuracy. Play Nice finds a break in the FC, and Philoxenia taking the lead.
That should go over to Philoxenia unless there's some tragedy happening here.
I do not believe there's going to be any tragedy, as Philoxenia... I'm not sure if that is an FC, but it certainly looks like one, just very low accuracy. Let me check MP Link. That is in fact an FC.
Oh my god.
We are seeing a lot of FCs on a lot of different maps in this lobby, which is very interesting. A lot of different people as well. It's not just a Herald show, you know?
That is certainly an outstanding score. What the? Okay.
I'm not sure. Were you watching the stream before joining in?
Unfortunately, no. I wasn't watching.
Okay, so there was a 99.28% FC on Noma 2 earlier. From
What-
Herald,
wait, what?
obviously.
From Herald?
Yep,
Oh my
from Herald. Obviously from Herald.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
And then 99.1 from Zavi as well. Because obviously.
Yeah. I did watch all the lobbies except for the European ones yesterday. Although, well, I'm not surprised that Philoxenia qualified from the U lobby. So
Oh yeah, Philoxenia absolutely a contender to
Ah.
maybe even win the whole thing, if I'm being honest.
yeah, it is Philoxenia's time to pick, and they have chosen Nomad 6. It's the Chocobo map.
Last time I checked this was like semi-reading precision kind of thingy.
Yeah, it's basically anti-mod, but you're gonna play it on no mod.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I will say this kind of pain to play. This is really hard for no apparent reason. Like, it shouldn't be this hard, but it feels so much harder than it actually is.
Partially probably because it's like it imitates the old mapping style here while having like CS6 and AR 7.5. There's like a lot of the weird slider ticks that you also have to follow. It's very linear at times.
Just a very interesting map. A very interesting map to watch and play, and I'm not sure if anyone in this lobby is like super comfortable on it besides Philoxenia. Because I know Philoxenia in general is just comfortable on like kind of anything aimy, and this is pretty heavy on the aim as well.
Yep.
But anyone else, not too sure if there's gonna be too many good scores. I feel like the last place is going to be somewhat close.
It will probably, yeah. It'll be probably interesting to keep track of who has the worst time on this map, because this is definitely one of those maps where you can either play it or you'll have a bad time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've kind of noticed with all of the low AR stuff in this pool, is that either the players are having a good time or 20k score. And it's either one or the other, and it's never both.
Was Nomad 7 picked already?
And Nomad 7 did indeed get picked earlier, yeah.
Oh, I
And-
missed it then. Sad.
Yeah, Herald got 710k on it with... Instead, there was a lot of really low scores, and then it kind of just shot up to 400k from 250k.
Oh,
So obviously visible who's comfortable on AR0.
yeah.
I believe we'll be starting very shortly, as I've seen a couple of good luck have funs.
Hopefully the play is already up soon. And of course, this map we will need to eliminate someone again. This is not just for highest score anymore, so we'll keep track on who has the lowest score here.
Yeah,
as
we'll
we
keep
get right
track.
into it.
Something to quickly note as well, I've noticed there has not been a single European or North American player eliminated, besides Sisyphus due to having to leave, but they never got
yeah.
below a score. So those two regions have so far proven to be really strong, but obviously APAC does have Zabi, who's an insanely strong player, and then South America seems to be having Play Nice and Jotamba.
Oh my gosh, people. yeah, some people are not having a good time with this map.
Yeah, you know, as you mentioned, either you can or can't play this, and I feel like it's showing very heavily who can and who can.
So far, Mr. Panda's the only one. Actually, no, Redacted. Wait, no, they're close. It's mainly just the accuracy, the small combo diff that they had.
Yeah, it's just Redacted at the bottom currently, and with how much they're all missing, I don't think Redacted has that much of a chance to come back. There's still half of the map left, obviously, but at this type of accuracy on a map that's like this, 10k is a lot of score difference to make up.
I would say the latter half of this map is easier than the first half, though, so we'll see if players can adapt to the change here. So far so good. Some people are holding combos.
Yeah, a couple of
kind of
combos
misses.
can run. That's a really good sign for Redacted, who now
Oh, that's so
overtakes them
close.
just barely. It is a 3k difference between the two of them. Funukas, who was close earlier, hasn't managed to build up a combo to get out of the danger zone, and now it's just the two of them who are fighting for their lives. And actually, Absolute Dark is also at a risk of being eliminated, as they are pretty close to Redacted and Mr. Panda.
Okay, seems like it will. That's basically the end of the map now. It will be Mr. Panda who gets eliminated. It was really close, but unfortunately not enough. Where's the highest scoring game?
Highest scoring, I believe, is
Um,
Philoxenia?
Yes.
It is
Philoxenia,
very barely.
close. Yeah, very close. Harold almost overtook them.
Aaron as well. Aaron and Herald
yeah.
and Philoxenia are basically the same score. They're very close.
And now we're down to 10 players, if I'm not miscalculating.
Yes, we
Yes.
are. That is 10 players that we're down to.
Only the top 10 remain now.
The top 10 with only one South American and two Asian APAC players remaining. Still, a lot of chances here. Philoxenia gets another pick. I believe they can pick Nomad once again, as double picks are allowed there.
Yes.
And I am kind of interested in what they pick, if I'm being honest, because there's a lot of really interesting things they can go into.
I hope they picked Hidden 2 just for funsies, but that might be a bit evil.
I mean, I will agree that Hidden 2 is probably the most evil map in this pool. This was customed for a 7-star pool, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. This was custom for Treasure Hunters, which was a 4-digit tourney, and we see Hard Rock 2 get picked.
Oh, that bear on me. Okay.
Hard Rock 2 is also still pretty demonic, if I'm being honest. This map is brutal, and we saw that yesterday in the lobbies, where most players weren't able to play this.
Yeah, this map is pretty brutal in terms of both, obviously precision and. But this is more of a tapping focus pick, in my opinion. It is quite hard to get acting on here and obviously get any semblance of combo, honestly. So
Yeah,
we'll
this map's hard on everything. Like, the precision's not that much of a factor, but it gives such little room for error on the flow aim on this that it basically feels impossible to FC. I don't think we're gonna see a score above 300k, if I'm being honest personally, even though we have people like Philoxenia in the lobby who are insanely good at precision 99% of the time. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think Zavi had a really insane score on this yesterday, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me double check real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check that as well because I'm pretty sure this got played in every lobby.
Yes. Zabi yesterday has a full combo on this with 668,000.
That is an insane score. What the hell?
Yeah. So, let's see if they can replicate that performance from yesterday.
Or even improve it, which I wouldn't be surprised by. Xavi is a player that is full of surprises every single time I see them play.
Definitely a favorite to get the highest score on this map. I kind of doubt they'll get eliminated on this, but we'll see.
Definitely not eliminated, but they're definitely going to stay in. They have a really good score potential, so does a lot of other players. I feel like players like Fnugus are going to start struggling on this, as they usually aren't a precision player. They're usually more of a like gimmickier hidden player from what I know. And as we're seeing, they are currently on a very low accuracy, not having much combo. Breaks do get matched by Philoxenia, but that accuracy is keeping them behind a lot.
Yeah. There it is. The next closest score is about 10k away, so there's still hope. And, well, we're still pretty early on into the map, so...
Yeah, Jotampa does find a break, giving Fnugus a little bit of breathing room. They do trade it, but the 5k, 10k-ish difference that they have between each other is going to give Fnugus a lot of opportunities. Everyone else has managed to kind of run away with their combos. Xavi is still FCing, not with the highest accuracy, but an FC is an FC.
Early match with Harold, also holding an FC. I was about to say, like, we still had 5 FC for a while, but then people started breaking, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, this map's kind of brutal when it starts to get to the key eyes, if I'm being honest. As we're now seeing Fnugus on a little bit of a combo, starting to approach Jotampa, who is trapping a lot of accuracy. They do both find drops, but they're basically even. 2k difference between the two of them, and Fnugus is going to very shortly take the lead thanks to their slight accuracy advantage.
It's already actually improved their score from yesterday. Yesterday they had a 90k on this, so this is an improvement for them personally already. But let's see if they can beat out Jotam on this.
I do certainly hope so. They aren't having the greatest time, but they're still very close. Every second counts.
Ooh.
As Jotampa's finding breaks, finding the chain miss as well. So does Fnugus, and there's very little time. It is spin to win here, and I do believe that Fnugus is going to be getting eliminated unless a miracle happens.
Unfortunately, no miracles here. Also, unfortunately, Harold did not FC that. They still had the highest score in the lobby. Tommy,
Yeah,
Tommy FC'd, but didn't have the highest accuracy, so yeah, unlucky.
an accuracy gap of all time. I do have to respect it.
And with that, another player from the Asia Oceania Cup or region has been eliminated. And we are down to 9 players.
All 4 Europeans still in, by the way. Europe is currently proving to be an incredibly strong continent overall. US as well, having 3 players and only getting knocked out because one of their players got parent gapped. As we see Hidden 4, which I did not see in the South American and North American lobbies yesterday.
I have not seen this on the Asia lobby either, so...
I'm looking at the scores. There has not been a DT4 Hidden 4 pick.
Oh, okay, so this will be a welcome surprise to everyone here. No one has played this map before.
Yeah, no one's seen this map. I thought this would be a pretty good pick for yesterday for Harold, who was playing really well. This is kind of a tapping map from what I remember.
Yeah, this is practically hidden tapping consistency, I guess, so to say. It's 4 minutes, it's pretty long. It's probably one of the longest map in the pool, minus the tiebreakers, obviously, but...
I believe it is the longest map in the pool, actually, unless I am mistaken by something like the Nomad one, which I don't think is that long.
No, the Nomad one should be only 320, I think. I'm just...
Something around there, yeah.
So yeah, Hidden Comfort. Let's see who's actually comfortable on the Hidden Mod. I don't know if
say,
I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
what?
true across all the lobbies, but Hidden doesn't seem to get picked very often.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
hidden is like kind of a preference mod. I don't think, unless you're a hidden player, you don't really want to pick this. And if you are a hidden player, you're probably not winning too many maps to pick hidden either.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's kind of a like niche thing. It's more of a wild card that I've seen. Especially with like anything that's not hidden one. Hidden one has been picked pretty consistently. Every other hidden though has been very sparingly.
As we get right into Hidden 4, this is picked by Harold. Not seen on stream yet, so we do not know how the performance of the players will be on this. So it should be overall pretty comfortable for almost everyone, but we won't know until we see the results.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, Redacted is not a great hidden player. They do struggle on anything hidden. And while they are a really good tapping player, I feel like they might be getting eliminated. Chotamba does find the first break and is on the lowest accuracy. But even still, they are holding their combo. Aaron finds a break as well.
Well, luckily for these early breaks, this is an incredibly long map, so early breaks don't matter as much as compared to these shorter maps. So
That is true. I don't think anything before the around 2-minute mark is gonna matter too much. Absolute Dark, Tampa, Leguskis, and Play Nice all managed to find breaks. As Zavi, Herald, and Philoxenia are still FCing, we're seeing a couple more breaks, but the 3 FCs are still on the board. As
Okay.
Zavi finds a break
Yeah.
and one of the FCs goes down.
Multiple misses coming out from Redacted and Jatampa. At the risk of being eliminated right at the moment, having the lowest scores. Pretty close to each other though, so anything can still happen here.
Yeah, we are getting closer to the middle of the map. We are at the 1/4. We are at the point where misses do actually start mattering a little more. As Redacted still in those very of the slightest of leads, not even 10k apart from Jatampa, as everyone else kind of manages to run away from those two, manages to get their scores up high enough to be safe. Herald does find a break that is his FC gone, but Philoxenia still, never mind.
Never
That is
mind.
my bad.
All good. Happens.
As now, Absolute Dark is the highest Okay, sure. Whatever. Sure.
Okay, it's fine. Redacted now having the highest combo. Actually recovering pretty well. Overtaking Jatampa now with their very high combo lead here.
Yeah, especially with the slow section, Redacted is making up a lot of
Oh.
score. Does find a break on the slow section, unfortunately.
Unlucky.
But they did manage to get a little bit of that score advantage. Now it's about accuracy, which Chatampa does have a lead on. But there is still 1/4 of the map left. Chatampa does find a break. Redacted holds through the stream as they're going to get a little bit more of a gap between them.
Yep. As for the highest scoring player right now, the lead is on Herald's side with Philoxenia just a little bit behind. Never mind, they just broke, so huge combo advantage for Herald.
I will say, as we're going through the map, Play Nice is getting closer to Redacted and Jatampa as well. I don't believe that they're going to get eliminated, but they are getting very close to the bottom as well. As Redacted manages to build up enough of a score gap to be mostly comfortable, Jatampa finding more and more breaks.
Yeah.
As unfortunately, I believe that the lead is closing in. They have less and less time, and with every break, their chances diminish even lower.
This is, yeah, there's not enough map left unless Redacted literally just,
Start safe king.
yeah, basically. And
does
that
not
is
happen.
the end of the map.
That is going to be Jatampa getting eliminated on the Hidden 4, being the last of the South American lobby that managed to survive until now. But that is going to be South America eliminated from the final lobby with 4 Europeans, 3 North Americans, and 1 APAC player remaining.
That is quite the statistic to say the least. And Herald winning the map pick once again, so they will be able to pick the next map.
That is I believe, second time in a row. I believe Harold has had, what, 5 picks by now? 5, 4, something like that?
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, Harold has been on a roll. It's just been Harold, Philoxenia, and Absolute who have picked. I believe Absolute picked it once or twice. And other than that, it has been just Harold and Philoxenia picking. Which, honestly, fair enough. Those two are insane players. Arguably the best that have signed up for this entire thing.
That is definitely true. And we are going with number 1 here. Okay.
I have not seen this either in these lobbies yesterday, in the North America, South America lobbies.
This was played in the Asian lobby. I remember that one. It did. Let's see. Zombie got a 200k on it as a reference point.
Yeah, I mean, this map is like very different from a lot of the things we've seen until now. It is more so kind of like a very heavy slider aim map, from what I remember, kind of.
There's certainly slight aim elements to this, yes. I think the most
Yeah.
outstanding element of this one actually is the not random, but there are a lot of space triples here. That you need
Yeah,
to,
there's
like,
a lot of
go and
triangle bursts,
hit.
from what I know,
Yes.
which are really evil to hit. Some of them even spaced, so I believe we're gonna be seeing a lot of breaks on those.
If people have never played the map, then they're certainly gonna get caught off guard here because this is not the usual normal one they would expect from like the classic 6-digit tournament, I guess. And we're getting down to 8 players, obviously, so display has changed now, so we can track players more closely now.
We have actual circles instead of ants on our screen.
Yeah. God, I'm so much more used to this like layout now. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird. I don't cast 16 players very often.
I don't think anyone does, honestly.
Yeah. And anyway, we're getting into number 1. Players warming up. No breaks on it so far. We're comfortable.
Everyone's hit the first 3 triangle bursts. Seems like everyone's aware of them. No one's going to be getting caught off guard by them too much. As we see the first break on plane and ice, they aren't gonna be in the back too much, as Redacted with the accuracy is currently holding the back spot. Philoxenia breaks as well, Aaron does as well, and now Herald, Zavi, Absol, and Satori all holding FCs.
Very good accuracies across the board too. Most of them being around the 96 area, give or take, higher or lower. Here comes some of the space triplets here, but no one besides. Yeah, no. Actually, yeah, no. Only one person broke on that section, so.
They only plane ice, and everyone else is holding. Redacted is still on the back foot thanks to his accuracy, but as long as he holds his combo, it's not going to come into play too much, especially with how plane ice does not look that comfortable on the map overall.
Banjo, please. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oops.
I hope that's not a DC. Okay.
That is not a DC, no.
Catching up. Redacted did miss, and in fact they missed again, as we just see. So Play Nice has an opportunity here to come back, especially with their accuracy advantage.
Yeah, also as we're seeing, there is still the double FC from Herald and Zavi on the board, who are currently having a really good time just FCing the map. Zavi on the accuracy as well. Herald finds a break, as Redacted does as well. Play Nice does overtake Redacted, even though they break. And now Redacted is on the back foot, and his below average accuracy is going to bite him a lot here.
We still have about a third of a map left. No more FCs anywhere. Philoxenia does have a high combo, but that is not an FC, unfortunately. And eyes are on Redacted and Play Nice, with the lowest scores right now. Everyone else should be safe.
Zavi finds a break. We're not gonna see an FC on this, but he has built up an insane advantage to possibly be first. Philoxenia does break, giving him basically a guaranteed pick. As Play Nice Redacted 20k apart, accuracies on the lower end as well.
I think Redacted is playing nice to break one more time, actually multiple times in this final Kia here. Otherwise, there's no chance. The accuracy difference is just too much. And Redacted obviously needs to hold, like, until the very end.
Yeah, I believe Redacted has to just FC from here to even have a chance. Play Nice does find a break. Redacted is very close. Play Nice breaks again. If Redacted holds, that is going to be possible. And Redacted does actually overtake Play Nice. They do miss,
no,
but
they missed,
neither of the
though.
players has combo. Redacted built up a 10k advantage. Play Nice not able to hold combo. And as we're approaching the end of the map, I believe it is going to be Plain Ice who is going to get eliminated.
Oh my god. Okay, 4k difference. that was way too close for comfort, but hey, a win is a win.
Redacted does manage to bring it back on the last second. And that's going to be our first North American normally eliminated.
As for the highest scoring player, Zabi and Harold are very close to each other, but Zabi winning out by 16k. So for once, we do not have Harold picking.
Very close to him picking again, though.
Well, I didn't catch the stream since the beginning, but I assume this is Zabi's first pick.
This is Zavi's first pick, yes.
I see.
I believe this is the first APAC pick overall from this lobby.
Okay.
So what are we hoping for? No more for insta pick. Okay.
Okay. I have not seen Homo 4 being played in any of the lobbies yesterday that I've seen at least. So
It did get played in the South American lobby, I believe. At least I remember commenting it in one of the ones I did. And the scores were generally pretty low. People can't really play this. I mean, it is a 0 PP map, so that does make sense. It's Hestia. So the slider tech plus mech tech that are mixed together do make it really uncomfortable to play. And this map's generally just hard. So it's very interesting to see the scores. I feel like we might see a big difference between players that are and aren't comfortable on this as well.
he was more comfortable on tech overall. I expect some low accuracy. I expect pretty low accuracy across the board because, like, again, as you mentioned, the slide tech here should probably like cut some of that down by quite a decent amount. It's a pretty hard map, so we'll see how the players perform on here, as we are down to 7 players now. It's a pretty short
7
map too, so only 2 minutes.
Yeah, only 2 minutes. Philoxenia AFKs the first note and breaks an FC right off the bat. As everyone else holds, no breaks in the beginning. As we get into the actual tech, Philoxenia first one to get an actual break. As everyone else holds, Philoxenia on the back foot now does have accuracy to make up for it compared to everyone else though.
Yeah, no one caught off guard by the slider takes there. And the slider velocity change, so Redacted I'm missing here. Everyone else still holding pretty fine.
Philoxenia has recovered quite well as well. Thanks to their really good accuracy, they've managed to hold combo. Now Redacted is very much in the bag and the score lead is increasing very quickly. His accuracy is not helping by any means. The entire right side does, everyone besides Absolute does find breaks. Absolute breaks as well, no FCs anywhere as we get into the actual slider tech sections. And Redacted still on the back foot, but he is approaching to Philoxenia and everyone else as he is the only one who managed to hold through that entire section as he does overtake Philoxenia.
And there goes practically everyone's combo. Harold and Zavi still kind of holding on to some semblance of combo, but Philoxenia in danger of being eliminated right now. Not someone I expect to be in danger here, but it is very close.
They do overtake Redacted. They have the combo and a lot of the accuracy. Redacted missing there as well is really bad for Redacted. As Philoxenia now crawls up past Absolute as well, going into the 300k. And I don't think there's basically anything for Redacted to save himself on the ending, as we're unfortunately going to be seeing another North American get eliminated.
Yeah, that is Redacted gone, unfortunately. They've came far. This is top 7. As for the highest scoring player in the lobby, it will be Zavi again, actually.
Zavi is starting to pop off.
Yeah, scoring 490k on the normal 4. Very good. Very respectable score.
That is actually an insane score. Like, I know Aaron is pretty close, but that 490k is an insane score on a map like this. As Zavi gets another pick, if we're seeing tech from him, I am expecting something like Hard Rock 3 probably to get picked, because that is basically a very similar map to this. And he picks
no.
No 3
Number
instead.
3. Okay. Seems like they have more skill sets, or even more primary skill sets that we are not aware of. I don't think Number 3 was played in the lobbies I've watched yesterday, so.
It was played in the South American lobby at one point, but that's about it, I believe. I don't think it was played at any other time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How was the overall player performance over there?
Considering how weak South America is as a region, I'm pretty sure the overall performance was around 100k average.
Oh, rough.
Which, I mean, does make sense. South America does not have many good players. They are a weaker region than every other region combined, as we're seeing here as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will also say, the entirety of Europe is still in.
Oh,
No
so
one
we
from
have
Europe has been eliminated. This is one American, or one, well, it's North American, one Asian, and 4 Europeans. Which is an insane statistic.
Oh my god. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a sign for the senior 6WC. We'll see, we'll see. But
I mean,
yeah, you're doing really well in this Battle Royale event here, for sure.
I mean, that might change. I do believe that they have a lot of potential to get this far. I am not sure if they can get through the wall that Savvy and Herald are, though. As we see the first breaks from Satori and Aaron. Satori usually not the most comfortable on these lower BPM picks, so they are going to struggle a little bit, same as Aaron. As everyone else manages to hold their FCs, Aaron finds yet another break.
Oh, Zavi also breaks here, but yeah. Still very early onto the map, players are probably warming up. This is another one of the longer maps, so it's okay to break early and get used to the map.
Yeah, especially when it looks like Aaron is not the most comfortable, judging by the accuracy and a lot of the combo breaks. I believe Zavi is mostly safe for now. He is on par with Liguskis or Satori, as Aaron is far behind, finds yet another break, not able to hold combos through the Ki.
No more FCs here in the lobby, everyone just broke on this pattern, getting into the first Ki here. Yeah, so far, Aaron very far behind, unfortunately. There's a lot of catching up to do if they want to survive this round here.
Yeah, even though Zavi and Satori don't look the most comfortable, they are still that 50 to 60k ahead. And as long as Aaron keeps on breaking, then it's not gonna be good, especially since the accuracy lead is so insane. Aaron is behind by around 6% from Satori and 8+% from anyone else.
Not very happy with their own performance there.
I can understand.
Yeah, I feel that on.
Also,
yeah.
Absolute on a 400 combo now, holding a really good accuracy and the top scoring currently, if I'm not wrong.
Now Foxania is a little bit ahead, but just a little bit. Now they're far ahead because they still have a combo. They somehow held through the section and are still climbing.
Yeah, as Aaron has managed to crawl up to 90k, but Satori ran away with a lot of combo, and Zavi has just the accuracy to back him up. Even though he does not have the greatest of combos, he does have the ac. And as we're moving into the last third, Aaron has still a lot of catching up to do and will need Zavi to start breaking a lot more if he wants to catch up.
Quite frankly, I do not think there's enough time anymore. Well, obviously unless Zavi stops playing, but yeah, unlikely. It's only a quarter of the map left, and it's looking kind of bleak for Aaron.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not believe that there's enough time unless Zavi just starts AFKing because everyone else is too far ahead. Now it's just Philoxenia on almost 900 combo, which is an insane score for the record,
What
and everyone
the
else just
heck?
on normal scores.
Yeah, everyone hovering around the 300k range except for Philoxenia. Philoxenia just
Philoxenia's doing Philoxenia things. They were trained
Ah.
very well by Philoxen.
true. Oh my god, they're still climbing in score. What the heck?
Yeah, I do not know what Philoxenia's doing. That is an insane performance, and
Finally
okay, they do
break.
find a break, but that is, I believe, one of the best scores I've seen. Right after the Noma 2 from Herald today.
That's insane. Unfortunately, that will be the end of Aaron here. Unfortunately, not quite their map here. So
First European eliminated. Quite unfortunate.
that is definitely unfortunate. No more four stacks of Europeans.
The European force.
Down to 5 players, and the next pick will be going over to Philoxenia.
Once more. Once again.
Once
Obviously.
again. Let's see what they will pick. There's still
I
3
mean-
picks left in DT, 2 in Hard Rock, 2 in HD, and then 2 in Nomox. So
I mean, my question is, do you really want to pick Hard Rock when Herald is still in the lobby? Or not Hard Rock, DT when Herald is in the lobby? Because I know Herald didn't play that well on the DT too, but he is an insane player on all of the other DTs. Same goes for the Hard Rocks. So I feel like something like, as unconventional and insane as this sounds, I think Hidden 2 is a good pick here. I know I sound insane, but I feel like if Herald can get eliminated here, it's gonna be an insane boost to Philoxenia's chances of winning.
Maybe it might be even more strategic to save it up for later. You know, when there's like only...
That might also be the case, yeah.
Actually, personally, I want to see one of the 2 hiddens. I also want to see Hidden 3 because there's a pattern in Hidden 2 that is so unhittable that I think it's unhittable on side release.
I'm gonna have to check out the full Hidden 3 afterwards and see that pattern then. Because I played only a little bit of it, I didn't play the full map.
I haven't seen anyone play it yet in like any of the lobbies, so I hope it gets picked.
We will see, as we're still waiting for DT1!
DT1, okay.
The DT 10.3 tech map, what an interesting choice, honestly.
Well, the first test is definitely already like, can you read AR 10.3 or not? This is definitely not a common skill set, at least in this star range, so...
I mean, I know all of these players can. I'm not sure on Absolute Dark, but I know that Satori, Philoxenia, Herald, and Zavi all can read this. I'm just not sure if they can read it and play MechTech during it.
That is... Well, we'll see, I guess. This is a pretty difficult map. And we're down to the top 5 here.
Still 3 Europeans and still a big chance for Europe to take it home as a continent. But the wall of Zavi and Herald are proving to be very difficult to take down, as we're just waiting for this map. A map that I believe all of these players are going to be mostly comfortable on, as unconventional as this skill set is overall.
True 6 digits. Well, let's see how they do on this.
Moving on at the start of the map, we don't see any early breaks. Looks like everyone's mostly comfortable. We do see the accuracy drops a lot here, but that is just the adjustment period that they need for 10.3. As currently lowest score is Absolute, who is on the lowest accuracy, but we have not started the real map yet.
Yeah, I assume we're gonna see a lot of breaks here soonish. Or, you know, Yeah,
Or
everyone
no,
can just hit
apparently
everything.
not.
That's okay. That's cool too.
Apparently, we're just seeing a quintuple FC on what I believe to be the most unconventional Herald map of this pool. Well, not hardest because hidden too, but you know what I mean. Herald is the first one to break, has the accuracy for Absolute to not overtake instantly, but that is still going to be very detrimental. He still needs to make up a lot of combo here. Savvy and Satori both find breaks as well. Absolute does too, and now it's just Philoxenia holding an FC, everyone else breaking, as I believe Savvy is currently in the bag with the lowest score.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, it seems Soxania and Satori are pretty safe from elimination here. Everyone else could still be... Anything can still happen for the other three, I would say.
I feel like even Satori is still pretty close to elimination. Alright, and we're still watching as Philoxenia does find a break. Herald on the combo, Savvy as well. Savvy does find a break, unfortunately, but they are going to be still in the back. Unfortunately, Absolute Dark finds another break, giving Savvy a little bit of a breathing room. Herald and Satori both managing to save themselves from the elimination. And now it's just Savvy and Absolute Dark, and I actually do not know which one of them got eliminated.
It
is.
Wait, is that a 200 point difference?
That is 200 points, yeah. That is a 200 point difference between the two.
And that will be Absolute being eliminated on by 200 points. Very unfortunate, actually.
That is, I think, one of the closest score gaps I've seen here yet. As now we will be seeing Philoxenia once again get their pick. As it is now 2 Europeans, 1 North American, and 1 Asian. Here waiting for what will be one of the last few picks of this trial by fire. No idea what gets picked at this point. There are so many things you can pick, but I'm not sure if you want to pick. Because you obviously have things like Hidden 2 that are really good for getting someone like... I believe Satori would get out on Hidden 2, but it's still a really risky option. And I believe everything else is. There is not that many maps left. We did see all 16 players come in, so a lot of the maps have been removed by picking. And now we just have to wait and see what's going to happen here. Taking their time, thinking through what they want to pick. It's looking like it's not that clear. I don't think they have a clear pick. It's not looking too good. I don't think any of these players have clear picks. All of these players can play basically the rest of this entire pool. I really feel like it's just Satori on the low AR that's going to get kind of eliminated, and that's about it. The rest are insane players who can play anything. DT3 gets picked, a high BPM finger control map. We saw a good score on this yesterday from Herald in the North American lobby. Let me quickly recheck if this was played in the other lobbies as well. Well, in the Europe and Asian, obviously. As I'm looking here, what's the first map? Oh, a double pick's not allowed? Oh yeah, true, I forgot. Oh yeah, no mod 5 gets picked instead. Well, going from one speed map to another, I guess. As this is... We saw this yesterday. I believe this is one of the most played maps. I believe this was played in every lobby, actually, now that I think about it. And looking at the picks yesterday, it was not played in the North American lobby, but in all of the others. So Satori, Philoxenia, and Zavi all have their experience on this map in the Battle Royale. But Herald is going in blind. Now, knowing Herald, that's not an issue on a speed map, but it is still an advantage that the others have. And the others are not bad at speed. As we're now slowly waiting for them all to ready up. This could be anyone. All of these players can play speed. I would not be surprised if this is an accuracy battle, honestly. The good luck, have fun does come out from the referee as we get into the map. Satori not loading in because Bancho is being a little bit of a dum-dum. There we go. As we get into the map, Zavi, Philoxenia Herald, and Satori Depon, also known as Liguskis, all making it to the top 4 with insane performance all the way through. As now we just watch and see who manages to get top 3. There are prizes for the top 3. This is where you start to get an actual prize if you manage to get through. And as we're seeing, no one's missing so far. Lowest score is currently Zavi with the lowest accuracy, but it's not by much. A single break changes who wins and loses, who walks home with nothing and who walks home with a prize. As Herald is the first to break. Traded by Satori, the accuracy on Herald is going to allow him to stay in the lead for a little longer, and if he does hold combo, he is not going to get eliminated. But Zavi and Philoxenia on the FCs, Philoxenia especially, is currently in a very safe position if they manage to hold for a little longer. Same goes for Zavi, as Herald and Satori are now fighting it out. Herald is building ahead thanks to his accuracy, as Satori is losing a lot of his as well. With Herald looking more and more comfortable as the map goes on. He stopped dropping accuracy. Satori finds a break, which is going to be insanely bad for them as everyone else is running away with those scores. Herald, by far the best accuracy in the lobby, managing to catch up somewhat to Zavi and Philoxenia, as Satori is being left in the dust, in the ground, with what I believe is going to be another miss. They chain miss a burst, and with Herald running off to 400k, and there being very little map left, I do not believe that there is going to be enough time to bring this back. Herald does find 2 misses, but it's not going to matter. He is going to make it through. Philoxenia and Zavi, both on the FCs. Are they going to hold it until the ending? Which one of them is going to get the next pick? I believe it's Philoxenia thanks to the accuracy. And Zavi does find a break, does not manage to FC, chokes right at the ending. But unfortunately, regardless of that, it is going to be Philoxenia's pick, thanks to accuracy as well. As Satori Depon, also known as Liguskis, is going to get knocked out. And now, with the most poetic of endings, we have the Philippines, Canada, and Ukraine. APAC, North America, and Europe against each other. May the best continent and may the best player win. As DT3 gets insta-picked by Philoxenia, they really want to play this map. Which, I'm not sure who gets knocked out on this. These are all speed players. I believe in all of them managing to get through this. It's just a question of which one of them can hold. And this is the last picked map as well. As after this, we will be seeing the 6-digit World Cup 2023 tiebreaker, the custom song that they had. I believe it was custom. Was it a custom? No, it was not custom, I believe. It was a custom map, not a song. They had Hard Rock Stream that year, I forgot, sorry. My apologies. As we're now waiting, Zavi, not looking the most comfortable in the chat, but all of these 3 players have managed to get top 3. All of these 3 players are insanely good and have proven themselves to be above everyone else on top and capable of getting that podium placement. So we are waiting. This is also above AR10. This is a little different from the Nomad 5. I believe we could see someone get AR gapped on this, although judging by the DT1, I don't think we will too much. Different skill set, obviously, but it is possible. And we're going to be starting off Xavi from the Philippines, Asia Pacific region, Philoxenia from Ukraine from the European region, and Herald from Canada from the North American region, all battling it out on the DT3. Herald does find a break. Everyone breaks now. Accuracy on the side of Herald as he's 10% above everyone else, managing to keep the lead. No one's holding any sort of combo currently. As Philoxenia breaks once more, Xavi in the back, not able to keep up with Herald or Philoxenia in terms of accuracy or combo. As Herald builds up, Herald has basically secured his safety. Philoxenia does find a break, and Xavi is not looking comfortable on this. Philoxenia is building up. They do find a break. Xavi does trade that as well, as Herald is on a 340 combo, which is an insane performance. He is far and above all of the other players here. He is completely safe from elimination. He is going to be playing the tiebreaker. It's just if Philoxenia can manage to keep this lead, or if they will choke at the end, which I do not believe will happen. Xavi finds yet another break as we approach the end of the map. This is a very short map, 1 minute 20 seconds, as I don't believe there's enough time. And it is going to be Philoxenia, Ukraine, Europe against Herald, Canada, North America against each other on the tiebreaker. As Xavi, the APAC player, the one that managed to get through everything, through the first purge of the South American and APAC players, is going to be getting eliminated as it is now. Herald from Canada, from North America, coming all the way here against Philoxenia, a European player that has been an insane player for so long. It is now a battle that will be for the ages. The 6-digit World Cup 2023 Grand Finals tiebreaker. Let Me Hear It by Zach, mapped by Gordon. Let's get this started. Well, congratulations to both players. You have both earned yourself a spot in the finale in the invitational tournament that will happen later as well. As now it is purely about, can you win? Can you prove that your region is the best? Can you prove that you are the best player that has been in these battle royales? Will it be Philoxenia? Will it be Fias? Or will it be Herald? Let's see, will it be the Cheeseman Herald or Fias Philoxenia, the trainee from Philoxen from all the way back in the 6WC3? Let's see. Alright, they're taking 1 second. Okay. We have to wait a tiny little bit. Let's get the show on the road. Let's begin with the final tiebreaker, with the 6WC World Cup 2023 tiebreaker, Philoxenia versus Herald for all of the marbles. Both guaranteed themselves in the final event as we slowly begin what I believe to be one of the most insane tiebreakers that we have seen in this entire event and in the entirety of 6-digit as well. Bencho? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please don't crash on us now, Bencho. Come on. There we go, as we load in once again. Philoxenia found a break in the first 30 combo, not going to matter too much. 6 minutes of this map, a tech map, insanely hard, insanely consistent all the way through. We do see it being one of the lower SRTBs from overall the tournament, but it is absolutely the hardest one out of all of them, as it is just a tech map. As we begin getting into the actual tech sections, both of the players holding through minimal differences, not even a 1,000 point difference. As Philoxenia finds a break, they break again, have a little bit of a crash out mid-map, and now Herald is very much in the lead. 95% looking comfortable. He does find a break on the flow aim section. Philoxenia breaks as well. As now, Philoxenia has some catching up to do. 1v1 in this position is not a fun position to be in. Herald's looking more and more comfortable. As we're now just watching if Philoxenia can start bringing this back. They don't have the accuracy as of right now, but if Herald breaks once more or drops accuracy, which he seems to be doing a lot, they are going to get their opportunity. They're holding through these flowy bursts. They hold through the speed burst as well. As we move into the 1/4 portion of the map, this is a slower section. You have these slider triangles here that are really hard to hit consistently, but both players showing why they're here. They're both currently holding the same combo, as they're hoping the other misses. Herald does find a break. Philoxenia now having the opportunity to start bringing this back. Their accuracies are equalized as well. So now it's just about the combo. Philoxenia needs to hold here to have a chance, and they do. As they spin 400, getting as much score as they possibly can. They do break on the slow section, though. As that is going to be incredibly detrimental. They really needed that combo to start bringing this back. They lose a lot of accuracy as well, thanks to the crash out. And now Herald is in the driver's seat, driving this through the town hall. Driving this through the fire, not letting Philoxenia take even a little bit of ground that he's built up. Philoxenia finds another break. As Herald is looking more and more comfortable, he's building his accuracy back up. We got out of the flow aim where he needed to drop back to hold combo into more of a comfy section for him, where Philoxenia has built up the 150 combo. Not gonna be too much. They need Herald to miss as well. As Philoxenia breaks again. And Herald manages to hold, manages to extend his lead further and further beyond. He does break on the bus slider. Philoxenia has a tiny bit of breathing room here, and there is still half of the map left. There is still so much opportunity for Philoxenia to bring this back, especially with the accuracy not being too far apart. But they need to hold, they cannot break. Herald needs to break once more. He is matching Philoxenia to some degree, not by much, but to some degree enough to hold the lead. As we're going through the tech section, no one breaks, everyone holds their bus sliders through a flow aim. Herald does find a break. Philoxenia now in the front foot, unfortunately finds a break as well, but managed to close the lead a lot here. And now the equal combos, very similar accuracies, 1% difference as Philoxenia finds yet another break. Herald returning to the driver's seat. And now we're just waiting as we go through the slow section. They both hit the flow aim, they're both hitting the sliders. This is the build up to the last section. There is 1/4 of the map left. This is the hardest section of the map. This is where it all matters. Philoxenia breaks again. Herald manages to hold. The more Herald can bring his score up, the less of a chance he has of losing. The more he brings it up, the less he has to be scared, but he does find a break. Philoxenia holds through the entire flow aim section. And now we get into the last section. Philoxenia holding, Herald holding as well. Neither of them missing. Philoxenia really needs Herald to miss a lot on this section, but he's refusing. He does find one break, giving Philoxenia a little bit of leeway. But is there enough time for Philoxenia to capitalize on this? They need Herald to drop that accuracy, the one that he's been building up so much, to drop the combo. The gap is closing. It is now at 20k, 19k, 18k. Philoxenia still holding. If Herald breaks even once, it's going to be over, but Philoxenia is the one to break. Herald breaks right after, and with no combo, Philoxenia is in a very rough spot, a very little time, and on a map like this, 20k is such an insane difference in a 1v1 situation that I believe as we get into the slow section, into the last parts of the map, there's nothing here. Herald and Philoxenia are both going to FC the rest of this. Never mind, they both break, but that is going to seal the deal. Herald, the Canadian, the North American player, is going to be bringing it back, showing that North America is the best region, and Philoxenia will be getting second place for Europe. Congratulations, this was an amazing match to see. Congratulations to both players. Insanely close scores. This was neck and neck the entire time. But it is going to be Herald who takes home the win, as Philoxenia unfortunately is not able to keep up. And that is going to be it from the Trial by Fire tournament event. Congratulations once again to Herald, Philoxenia, and Xavi for getting top 3 and getting their banners. Congratulations to Herald and Philoxenia for securing their spots in the final invitational event. And thank you everyone for participating. Thank you to all of the viewers, referees, commentators, and Frawan for being a part of this. And we will be seeing you with the next pre-tournament, pre-6-digit World Cup event. Goodbye for now. It has been a pleasure. My name has been Foxy, and we will be seeing you next time.